So I went to Revit City. I've joined. If you haven't joined Revit City yet, it doesn't cost anything. You just have to ask to join and provide an email address, and Revit City will send you a password, and then you can access Revit City and look at the models that they have, all the families that they've made. But you cannot actually download anything until you have joined and provided a password. So I went to the search criteria here and I typed in Fireplace and I searched for it. And these are the models, families that have appeared. And you can see that there are plenty of pages of possible fireplaces, but I saw one here that looks kind of nice. This looks pretty good. So what you want to do is say download now. And it might take a moment. And then once it's downloaded, you just click on it. And I'm working in 2019. This particular model was made in 2017. So it will not work in my program until it's upgraded to a 2019 version. So you simply click on upgrade the model. And so Revit opens up the model and gives me an opportunity to look at it. And it looks pretty good for a fireplace. It has some nice detail, some logs, firebox, hearth, mantle, and the firebox itself, which looks pretty good. I like that. So I'm going to say load it into the project. I have a couple of projects open, so it's asking me which one I want to load it into, and it's this one. So I'll say okay. And Revit has automatically uploaded it and upgraded it. And now I have it available to put into my project. So I'm hitting the space bar just to flip it around. And it looks like, well, it's backwards. So I'll hit the space bar again and again. That looks pretty good. Now, I think that's about where it's supposed to rest. I can take a look at it later to see. So I'm going to take a picture. Let's see. I'll just come over here, grab the camera. I just want to check what it looks like right now in my model. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I doubt that it's perfectly centered, so I'll go back to the first floor and I will decide where I want to center it. And well, that's a good question on what I want to use as my, I definitely want to use this as a point, and I want the midpoint of this guy. It should snap to the midpoint. It does. And now my question is, well, where's the other part that I want to use as a dimension? I think this might work right here as my other point. And I'll click there and then say equal. Now my fireplace is equally centered between the, that's probably not right though. I should probably do it from the inside. All right, so I'm going to delete that. And when I say the inside, I'm going to do it, I'm going to dimension from the inside face of the wall, because I want it to look centered on this wall. So that might be the better place to do it. And then say, I'm looking for the equal. Sometimes it's hard to see it, but it's right there. All right, it's equalized. You can see the dimensions are exactly the same. It starts out, Revit starts out by showing the equals EQ in the dimensions. You can see that. And if I want to actually see what the dimensions are, I click that little equal button again, and it shows me the actual dimensions. I can see that they are equal. I'm going to You notice on my cursor, I have a icon that looks like a dimension. And that is telling me that Revit is expecting me to put some dimensions in, that it's using the dimension command. So I'm going to hit escape to get rid of that. Now you can see next to the cursor that it's gone. Then I'll click on this guy and delete it, and everything looks good. From there, back to that 3D view. Now it's perfectly centered. It didn't cut an opening, I don't think, so I'm going to have to do that. Realistic. Yeah, you can see that when these, most of the downloads from Revit City are not necessarily made to Revit standards. So it would be more appropriate to have this fireplace actually cut the hole. You know, when you put a window in, it cuts a hole in the wall, and when you put the fireplace in, it cuts a hole in the wall too. But it's not doing that this time, so I'm going to go back to the first floor. I have this section right here. I'll go to that section and say, go to view. And you can see that the gypsum board is of this wall is going through the fireplace, so that's not going to work. So I'm going to click on that wall. I'm going to edit the profile, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. Now I'm going to take that rectangle from here down to here, and then say, okay, let's see what happens when we do that. Now, when we go back to that 3D view, you can see that Revit has successfully cut the opening for the fireplace, and it looks pretty good. What's this right here? Something weird's going on. No, it's gone now. Okay, so you can see what the fireplace looks like in this space now. When I put the ceiling in, I'm going to have to start rendering using light sources, which means I have to put lights in the ceiling in order for illumination to happen. But right now I don't have a ceiling here, so the sun is actually highlighting this or illuminating this space. And then if you remember from a previous tutorial, I said I had a steel beam in here that had a flange width that was too much. So another advantage of renderings is you can see the results of your efforts pretty quickly. And also some of the reminders of some of the other things you need to do. What we're seeing right here is the bridge between the stairs and the rest of the house. So anyway, that's the fireplace tutorial. I put that in there correctly. I believe it's fine. I might change the materials because I think a natural wood would look a little bit nicer, I believe. Or it could stay painted, either way. We'll have a separate tutorial on how to change the materials. But so far, as I look at this floor plan, and a good habit to get into, I think I've mentioned it before, is I'm just looking at the floor plan to see what I like and what I don't like. And while I'm doing that, I can let Revit save in the background. I can give Revit the opportunity to save my work up to date. So I like what I'm seeing so far. And so really we're just doing little bits and pieces of cleanup here. I don't see anything that needs to be addressed right here. There's an issue here. This wall should be coming all the way across to here. Let's see if it'll do that. Yep, there we go. That looks good. Don't have that problem down here, but I do have this. I don't like that's the stairs. I don't like it. I'm gonna pull that back a little bit and take this straight wall and mirror it about the center of the stairs. So I will type SC to identify the center line or the center point of the stairs, and then draw an imaginary line and unjoin the elements, and let's see what's going on here. Same thing. Oh, look at that. I don't have these two guys lined up correctly. So let's see how that works if I align with this guy. Whoops, that's a radius. I don't want to align with the radius. All right, let's see. I'm gonna, really, this might be, we're doing a fireplace tutorial, so I probably shouldn't be doing that right now. Let's see if we align these two. It's not going to let me do that. So then I'm going to grab this guy and see if I can drag him over to here. Let's see what happens. It's close, but it's not exactly correct. So I need to do a little bit of work on that. I have other work to do on the stairs. So this is the fireplace tutorial. I'm not going to go into. Try to keep the tutorial short, although you might disagree with that, that they're not short enough. But if I keep working on this right now, it will make this tutorial longer. So we'll stop right here.